Today, we're diving into a practical toolkit that's really built for the world we're living in right now. We're talking about how to build a life of real excellence, especially when you're dealing with AI everywhere and just constant distractions. We're going to use this powerful framework that brings together your mind, your heart, and your soul. So, let's just get right into it. The main challenge we're all up against is that just being smart, having a high IQ, it's just not the whole story anymore. The world today asks for so much more from us. For one thing, we are literally swimming in an ocean of information. It's this nonstop flood of news, updates, and opinions coming at us from all sides. And it makes it harder than ever to find any real clarity. And then you have AI. Look, it's creating some amazing opportunities, no doubt. But it also brings a ton of disruption and, honestly, a lot of uncertainty. How are we supposed to navigate a world where machines are increasingly helping us or even making our decisions? And if that wasn't enough, we're also dealing with endless digital distractions and huge social pressure. It feels like our focus is just being shattered, pulled in a million different directions. It is a real battle just to stay centered. So all of this leads us to the big question we're tackling today. In this kind of environment, how do you actually build a life that feels meaningful? How do you get beyond just reacting to everything and start living with real intention and purpose? Just being smart isn't going to get you there. The answer, really, is in developing a much more balanced and integrated operating system for your life. Let's call it the Head, Heart, Soul Toolkit. It's all about weaving together our intellect, our emotions, and our spiritual core so we can handle life's challenges with actual wisdom. Now, what's so powerful about this is how it connects these modern ideas to really deep Islamic roots. So you see our IQ, our mind, that's anchored in ʿIlm, which is the pursuit of truly beneficial knowledge. Then there's our EQ, the heart, which is grounded in Akhlaq, our character, our self-control, our empathy. And finally, SQ, our soul, is guided by Taqwā, that profound God consciousness that gives us meaning, values, and integrity. All right, so now that we have that big picture, let's break down each piece of this amazing toolkit, and we're going to start with IQ. You see, in this framework, IQ is not about showing off how smart you are. Not at all. It's about seeking knowledge that's actually beneficial and using your reason, your aql, with a deep sense of humility. It's really the exact opposite of intellectual arrogance. And this is what that looks like in practice. A well-developed Islamic IQ helps you build these crucial modern skills. We're talking about being agile, a quick learner, thinking in systems, not just isolated facts, being able to reason with data, and, this is a big one, developing real AI literacy, understanding not just what AI can do, but its limits and its ethics. And here's the critical difference. The common trap is overconfidence, right? Using your intelligence for your ego, being technically correct, but morally kind of careless. The Islamic ideal, on the other hand, sees expertise as an amana, a sacred trust. Your knowledge is responsibility, and being accurate is an ethical duty. Okay, next up is EQ, our emotional intelligence. Within this system, this is all about emotional mastery. It's the ability to control your impulses, to practice Ṣabr, that deep, profound patience, and to see and understand others through a lens of rahmah, or mercy. So how do you actually build this? Well, this gives us 5 really practical steps. The most important one might be the first one. Just pause before you react. Take a breath. Then, learn to actually name the emotion you're feeling. Try to reframe the story you're telling yourself. Choose the right action. And hey, if you mess up, work to repair that relationship quickly. And I think this quote just nails it. This isn't about pretending you don't have feelings. Not at all. Islam is emotionally realistic. It gets that you're going to feel anger or sadness or disappointment. The key point is you are always responsible for what you choose to do next with that feeling. And finally, we get to SQ, the spiritual quotient. And listen, this is not some floaty, abstract idea. It is your lived internal compass. It's what's guided by Taqwā, that constant awareness of God in every single decision, and ihsan, that drive for excellence and beauty in everything that you do. And you can actually see the results of a strong SQ in everyday life. It's what gives you solid integrity when you're under pressure. It's where humility comes from when you succeed and where resilience comes from when you fail. It even lets you find meaning in the most routine tasks, and crucially, it protects your inner life so it's not completely replaced by your digital one. Okay, so we've got the three pieces: IQ, EQ, and SQ. Now let's put them all together into a really practical tool for making wiser decisions day in and day out. Here it is. It's a simple, but I'm telling you, incredibly powerful tool. For any big decision, just run it through these three lenses. First, the IQ lens. What are the facts? What are my options? What are the likely consequences? Second, the EQ lens. What emotions are driving me right now? Am I acting out of ego or fear? And how is this going to affect other people? And finally, the SQ lens. Is this just? Is it meaningful? And ultimately, is it aligned with my values and pleasing to God? Let's just run a quick example through it. Cheating in school. The IQ lens tells you the facts. Yeah, there's a short-term gain, but it comes with a long-term loss of your own integrity. The EQ lens shows you the emotional cost. It's going to lead to guilt, anxiety, and fear. And the SQ lens frames it for what it truly is: a betrayal of trust, an amana. When you see it like that, the right choice becomes crystal clear. All right, let's bring this all home and apply this entire framework to one of the biggest challenges we all face right now: how to thrive in this digital age of AI and social media. This right here is the #1 rule. It is so easy to forget this, but every click, every share, every single comment you make online is a real action with real-world consequences. Your digital self and your real self, they're the same person, and both are accountable. So before you post or share or comment on anything, just run it through this simple digital Taqwā checklist. First, the IQ check. Is this true? Have you actually verified it? Second, the EQ check. Is it kind, or is it just adding to the noise and negativity? Third, a little wisdom check. Is this even necessary to say? And finally, the ultimate SQ check. Is this something you are willing to stand by and be held accountable for? This checklist alone can literally transform your entire online life. And that really brings us to the core of it all. This entire framework, this whole toolkit, can be boiled down to this powerful idea: think clearly with a humble and informed mind, feel wisely with a compassionate and disciplined heart, and act with taqwa, with that deep awareness that you are connected to something so much greater than yourself. That right there is the path to building a life of integrated excellence.